What is going on, beautiful people of the world? So, what you are about to hear is a clip from my Teachable course. It's all about going from skinny fat to Fizz Fit Freak in 45 days. So, it's a bit of a bulking cycle into a cutting cycle meant to be repeated over and over again until you reach your desired outcome. So, this one is all about how a bigger engine burns more fuel. I hope you guys take some value from this podcast and I hope you enjoy. Also, if you want to learn how you can go from skinny fat to Fizz Fit Freak all in the next 45 days, just head over to my Instagram at _Garrett Wolf and DM me the word teach, and I'll reach out to you personally to see if I can help. Now, let's get right into the training. What is going on, beautiful people of the world? My name is Garrett Wolf, and I am the host of the #1 podcast for people who are trying to go from saggy flabs to six-pack abs. I've built my body over the last 8 years, and in the last 3 years, I've helped hundreds of online clients shred unwanted fat and embody the best version of themselves. Now, let's jump right into today's show. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another training. In this one, we're going to be talking about why a bigger engine burns more fuel, right? So this is going to be kind of explaining why we're going about it in this way, why the 6 weeks is structured with a bulking plan first and then a cutting plan next, because I know a lot of you guys are skinny fat men who are just trying to shred down that unwanted fucking kangaroo pouch that you probably have going on right there, and you just want to get rid of that, and you're dying to get rid of that, and you just want to cut, you just want to cut so bad, because you know that once you cut down, you're going to reveal that Superman-like aesthetic, athletic-looking Fizz Fit Freak physique, right, guys? Actually, wrong. If you know anything about me, you know I did this exact thing. I did it wrong. I did it backwards. I did it how you guys want to do it, how most people want to do it, and I ended up failing, falling flat on my face after 2 years of absolute trial and error, and then I figured out what the problem was, and I figured out how to fix it. I re-engineered my solution, and that's what we're talking about today, because a bigger engine burns more fuel, right, guys? So the reason 80% of dieters fail and regain the weight that they lost 6 months to 12 months down the line is because normal people start off with a maintenance calorie at around 2,000, right? This is the daily recommended calorie value for most normal people, right? 2,000 calories. So to lose weight, that means you have to restrict your calories to below 2,000. So most people would go to 1,800 all the way down to 1,500, right? If you're extreme, you go in about a 200 to 500 calorie deficit when you're trying to lose weight. So that's what happens. You go down to 1,800, and then you might lose a little bit of weight. So then your metabolism goes even lower because you're losing weight, right, guys? So let's say you're 160 pounds, now you're 155 pounds after you've lost a little bit of weight. Now you have to eat 1,700 calories if you want to keep losing weight, right? So now you're 155 pounds, but now you have to eat 1,700 calories a day or 1,800 calories a day. So now you go down to 155, right? Now your calories, if you want to keep losing weight, you got to bump them down all the way down to 1,400, right? And now, 150 pounds, you're still unhappy because you have high levels of body fat and low levels of muscle. This is the problem with the skinny fat physique, is you have high levels of fat, low levels of muscle. So you're at 1,500 calories, 150 pounds, right? Now you have to bump it to about 1,300 if you want to get down to 145, right? And you're still skinny and you're still fat. You're still skinny fat because you have no muscle, you're still skinny, and you still have a lot of fat. It's a perpetual cycle. You guys see what I'm talking about with this? You go lower and lower and lower until basically where I was at was 1,100 calories, about 155 pounds. And if I wanted to go lower to get to like 150 or whatever, then I'd have to bump it down to like 900 calories a day, which is not sustainable. And you can't eat 900 calories a day for the rest of your life because your body will go into starvation mode and you'll start getting all kinds of problems like fucking stress. You'll start getting higher cortisol levels. Your testosterone will plummet. You cannot be in this kind of caloric restriction for a long amount of time. So what you need to do is go about it the other way, right? This is why a bigger engine burns more fuel. So if you think about a car, if you think about like a normal Honda, like have you ever popped the hood of a Honda and taken a look at the engine? It looks pretty sad, honestly. A Honda engine, it looks pretty pathetic. I know a lot of them have like V6s or whatever in them now. I'm not a car guy by any means, by the way, but you open up the hood of a Honda and you see just like a normal engine, right? Whatever. It looks average to me. So then you open up the engine of like a Ferrari, right? Or a Lamborghini or a Camaro or anything like that. You open up the engine, you pop the hood, and the engine looks fucking huge, right? It looks giant, it looks angry, it looks mean, and it looks like it shreds a shit ton of gasoline, right? If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you've never popped the hood to a car, then you should probably go outside to your driveway, pop the hood, and go see what I'm talking about right now. But a bigger engine burns more fuel, right? And if you've ever driven a sports car, you know that they guzzle up gas, right? You can basically put your foot on the gas pedal and kind of watch the gas meter just slowly go down and down and down, right? So if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. But it's the same principle when it comes to your body. We need to ramp up your engine, aka your metabolism, because that's what burns fat, is your metabolism, which kind of really matters in accordance with your muscle size. So if you have lower muscle size, you have a lower metabolism. If you have more muscle size or more muscle mass, then you're gonna have a higher metabolism. So what we need to do is pack on some size to your engine. Add a few screws, add a couple nuts, add a couple bolts to your engine by going on a bulk initially for the first 4 weeks, so that then your metabolism raises by about 100 to 300 calories. Then after 4 weeks, we can cut you down for 2 weeks by simply just bumping down our caloric consumption by 100 to 300, putting you in that 200 to 600 caloric restriction deficit, making it pretty effortless for you to lose fat. You're not going to be hungry. You're not going to be in starvation mode, and then you can lose fat 5 to 10 pounds within that 2 weeks, and then you can run the cycle again. Boom, add up some muscle mass again, and then cut down again with the same strategy. You need to just make your engine bigger so then it burns more calories, and then do things like lower your calories a little bit in your daily consumption, or just introduce more caloric burning throughout the day, like going for walks, like I talk about all the time because I hate cardio. And then boom, you're going to be losing weight effortlessly. But what you want to do is not stay in this weight loss state for long periods of time, because this is when the detriment comes along, and this is when you start running into problems of trying to lose weight for too long and just plateauing, lowering and lowering your calories over and over and over again. This is not how weight loss is achieved. How weight loss is achieved is you need to build a bigger engine so that you burn more fuel, and then you need to cut lightning fast for just about 2 weeks. You could do 4 weeks, or you could do anywhere up to 3 months is honestly fine, but you need to go about it kind of strategically, right? You don't want to just do a 3-month cut just for fun, because that's how you ruin your metabolism, and that's how you lower your muscle mass, and your body's going to start eating away at all that hard-earned muscle mass, right? Because your body would rather lose muscle than fat. Muscle is a very stubborn tissue, but fat is a very, very stubborn tissue. Your body does not want to use your fat as fuel. It would rather use your muscle as fuel. So just make sure you're implementing these tactics, implementing these strategies, and you should be fine. A bigger engine burns more fuel. All you have to do is remember that, and that's why we have it structured to the 4-week bulking plan, 2-week cutting plan, meant so that you can just kind of run it over and over and over again. And you can extend each different time period if you want to. Make sure you talk about that with me as your coach. I'll let you know some things that you can do, because you can definitely run the bulking plan for longer than 4 weeks if you want to, and you can definitely run the cutting plan for longer than 2 weeks if you want to. All you have to do is make a few tweaks and a few mindset strategies that will be different for the long-term approach rather than the short-term approach. But the bulk of the program is built so that you can run the 4 weeks, then the 2 weeks, the whole 6-week plan just over and over and over again. And that's how you're going to go from skinny fat to Fizz Fit Freak. So I hope this all made sense. If you got any questions, again, shoot me a message. I'm always here to help you guys. I love helping out. So I'll see you all in the next training.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hopefully you got some value. If you did get value and you want to learn a little bit more about how you can go from saggy flabs to 6-pack abs, just head over to my Instagram @_GarrettWolf, DM me the word 6-pack, and I'll reach out to you and see if I can help. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and I will see you all in the next podcast episode. Peace, peace.